So we're setting the intention about why we're here today, finding purpose within the path, how we can find meaning among challenges, and how you can choose to find meaning among challenges. And if you're on this call, this resonates in some way. There are plenty of people who don't find meaning in adversity, and you don't have to. It's really acceptable to either take more band-aid solutions or just kind of take things at face value. But if this even resonated with you a little bit, it means that you're looking for a deeper sense of purpose and meaning. And in my opinion, it is a really beautiful way to look at life. And to explain how we got here this week, I was on a call with one of our clients who tested positive for Lyme disease. And I was explaining the course of treatment to them. We're going to optimize your cellular function. We got to work on your liver health. We got to see about other toxins in your body. We're going to work on optimizing your digestion and your gut microbiome. And all of this is going to take a year. And then by the end of the year, we'll start to address the infection. And their question, so reasonably, was, can't I just take antibiotics and make this go away? And the answer to that is yes, you can. But if we focus on a core issue right now, the biggest pain point that's coming up in our lives, we miss all the peripheral issues that are allowing this core issue to take place. We miss the cellular health, we miss the liver health, we miss the digestion and the gut health. Yes, we're treating the infection, but we're still left in a body that probably needs a lot of support. And I'm noticing this in so many aspects of people's lives right now, that we have these pain points, and it can be a health challenge. It can be being single and dating and just wanting this partnership. It can be a career choice, wanting this career to happen, wanting to be solidified in a career, or it can just be indecision, like I want direction in my life in general, and I'm not sure where to start. And we think that if we can solve this one problem, the core problem, the rest of our lives will fall into place. But in fact, if we're trying to find purpose in the journey, if we're trying to find meaning with exactly where we are now, we have to look in the environment rather than the core problem. We need to understand the other aspects that are happening in our lives right now, where maybe the places that we don't want to look, the places that we wish we didn't have to address, the work we didn't wish we had to do. But by the time we address these issues and those buckets feel really full, that core problem, it loses its intensity. It loses the strength it has on us to solve everything else. And that's what finding purpose in this journey is. Being willing to look at these peripheral issues and address them holistically. So by the time we get to this root that feels so painful and feels like it's all consuming, it actually doesn't feel like so much. By the time we get to treating the Lyme disease in this client, it will be no big deal because we've addressed everything else. So that is the goal here tonight, to just get a little bit of awareness of what maybe is this core driver of this discomfort that I'm feeling in this life phase. And maybe how can I approach this differently so I see this as an opportunity rather than a real challenge. So if you want to journal, you're welcome to do this for journaling. You can also just close your eyes and ask these questions in your subconscious. And with these questions, it's really important to really stick with that first thing that comes up. Trust your gut instincts, trust these gut answers that are coming up. And if you need a minute to sit with it, that's okay too. That's where journaling can be really helpful. But we're going to start by identifying our problem area. This one area in our lives that feels like that big root. So I want you to ask yourself, and I'll be happy when? Close your eyes and say to yourself, I'll be happy. If this happened, I would be happy. The rest of my puzzle pieces in my life would fall into place. This can look like, I'll be happy when my health improves. Or I'll be happy when I find the right partner. Or I'll be happy when I have financial stability. And And this answer tends to feel like a little bit of a gut punch. So trust the emotional intensity that comes up with that answer that feels true for you. And when you have clarity on what that answer is, I want us to zoom out, almost as if we could see this core area as a dot in the center of the page. Let's zoom out to see the rest of it. I want you to picture 5 pillars. And we're going to go over these in more detail through a visualization. But our first pillar is health and vitality. This includes our body, our energy, our rest, and our emotional well-being. Even feeling into this right now, can we get a sense of where we stand here? Our second pillar, relationships and connection. Romantic, platonic, family, and community ties. Even just getting a felt sense of where we are in this pillar. Does our cup feel completely full here? Our third pillar is purpose and prosperity. This is career, finances, and sense of direction. How confident do we feel here? Again, just off this gut instinct. Our fourth pillar, self-expression and creativity. This includes how freely you share your ideas and your truth and your gifts. Do we feel like we can just freely express, or do we hold back? Do we have some self-limiting beliefs here about what other people think about us or our own capabilities? And our last pillar is spiritual grounding at home. Your sense of peace, safety, and connection to something greater. Can we extend into something that's beyond ourselves? So as you hear each one of these, notice which one feels strong in your body. Where do you feel maybe a sense of heaviness and a sense of groundedness? And maybe which ones do you feel like need a little bit more attention? Where does it feel like maybe your cup isn't that full and that you could need more support? Now let's draw our attention, now that we've gone over the 5 pillars, back into the center of the page, the singular core issue or pain point. Again, we're going to do a visualization exercise to get clearer on where we need support, but just even hearing those pillars. What is this core issue showing you in your life? Now that we've even glanced peripherally around how the rest of our life is structured, is there some silver lining in what is happening right now through this challenge that could allow you to focus on the other areas of your life to make your life more whole? Whether it's a relationship ending and having more time to yourself, a health challenge forcing you to focus on more of your own body issues, and optimizing your health. Maybe it's a career direction where you get to pursue a different passion. Some slowness as an opportunity to explore spirituality. Can you think of 3 to 5 blessings that are coming through this challenge that are ultimately getting you to your most authentic and true self. When we have challenges that can feel like rock bottoms, it's hard to find any kind of gratitude in that experience. And you don't always have to. If that's the place where you are today, you simply acknowledge, I'm not quite ready yet to see the silver linings. But if there's any possibility of being able to even say, maybe I'm gaining awareness of some other areas of my life that might feel good to improve, it's a great first step. Make a mental note of those blessings, those silver linings. We'll come back to them at the end. And now we'll go through our visualization practice, getting more in touch with these pillars, seeing what they may need from us, what things we can do to move forward to make ourselves a more whole, integrated sense of self. If you aren't already, close your eyes and just feel yourself breathing. Feel what it feels like to inhale through your nose. Feel the warm air in your nose, your lungs expand. And then feeling what it feels like to exhale out your mouth. There's nothing to do, there's nothing to change. Just simply observing what the quality of air, the temperature is. How the inhales might feel different than the exhales. And as you're breathing, noticing your inhales and exhales, I want you to draw attention to your heart center and see if you can visualize a warm ball of light radiating from the center of your chest. Picturing that light getting a little warmer, a little brighter, like a fire that's starting to light. And have that light descend down your spine, down your legs, out through the bottom of your feet, connecting into the earth beneath you. Maybe you repeat the mantra to yourself, I am safe here, or I belong here. Picturing that light coming up back through the earth, into our feet, back up our spine, and back into our heart center. Taking a few more regulated breaths together. Now I want you to bring to mind or pain point issue that we recently discovered in our I'll be happy when statement. As you feel into that, notice what it feels like in your body to be experiencing that. Notice maybe a tightness in your chest. There a sensation in your legs, your arms. Just seeing what state your body is in when we are believing this statement is true. Now, as we're experiencing that sensation in our body, I want you to visualize a house. And you're going to find yourself in a room. And this room represents this core issue. And as you look around this room, just notice, what is the decoration like? How does it feel to be in this room? Is it crowded? Is it empty? Don't judge. Just observe what comes to mind. Once you've got it, what this room feels like in your home. You'll notice a door off to the side. And I want you to go ahead and open it and step into your next room. It's just your health and vitality room. It's your body, your energy, your rest, and your emotional well-being. How does it feel to be in this room? Are there decorations hanging on the wall? Are there any friends in this room with you, family members? Maybe there's a nice bed, warm blankets. Or maybe this room feels like it could use a little more things in it. Just observing what comes to mind. Now, as we get clarity on how we feel in this room, you're going to notice another door. You'll open it, walk through, and this is your relationships and connection room. This is your romantic and platonic relationships, your family and your community ties. How does it feel to be in this room? Maybe you notice there's a photo album on the counter of friends in your life. Maybe there's memories memories of relationship past. Does it feel heavy in this room? Or is there a sense of lightness here? Again, just observing, not judging. Understanding that that feels complete. Another door. And we move into your purpose and prosperity room. This is your career, your finances, and your sense of direction. Maybe you notice some framed degrees on the wall. Maybe there is a clear vision board. Maybe this room feels confusing, or maybe it feels really motivating. Noticing how you feel in this space. What's in this room for you? Now, when that room feels clear, you'll see a stairwell, and you'll climb up the stairs to our fourth room, our self-expression and creativity room. This is how we freely share our ideas and our truth and our gifts. Notice what's in this room. Maybe there's paintings on the walls, or poetry that you've written, or pictures of recipes that you want to cook. Maybe it's past love letters. Maybe it's photos that you've taken. Or maybe these walls don't have anything on them, and it's looking for you to share more of your experience. Just noticing what comes up. Feels complete. You'll notice a door off to the side. You'll open it, walk through, and we are in our last room in your house, the spiritual and grounding home room. This represents our sense of peace, safety, and connection to something greater than ourselves. Seeing what peace means to you visually. What does a room that's completely safe to you mean? Does this feel really intuitive, or maybe you're not sure what makes you feel safe? Letting your subconscious show you what's in this room. Now we've gone through all the rooms in your house. All the doors are open, the air is flowing between them. These are no longer siloed parts of ourselves, they're integrated parts of the whole. The energy of each room connects to the energy of the next room to create one integrated sense of self. Maybe you noticed that your health room is a little bit dim, but your creativity is glowing. Maybe you notice that your relationships feel really full, but your sense of purpose feels really cluttered. See all these rooms as connected, and how, if we balance one part of one room, we start to see another part of another room start to balance. Now let's return to our core problem wound room, the first room we were in, and check back in with our bodies. Now that we've explored these other areas, these other rooms, does it feel different in our bodies to experience this core messaging, this core wound, the I'll be happy when? Has it shifted at all? And it's okay if that answer is no. But often, sensation will soften a little bit, knowing that we have access to these other rooms, these other energies around us. And as we're back in this original room, can we ask ourselves, what is this time in my life trying to teach me? Now that I have the perspective of these other rooms, what is it that I need to know to move through this adversity and come out as a more integrated sense of self? See what arises there for you, again, without judgment. have more clarity on what the message is in this time in our life, please tell your subconscious, your higher self, your higher power, whatever you resonate most with, thank you. While we may not fully appreciate this time quite yet, we can appreciate the sentiment that it's helping us bring us into our sense of purpose, to bring us closer to our paths. Now, I want you to imagine a light entering into this room, our core wound room, this warm light that you had felt in your chest, warm, glowing light. And I want you to imagine it filling up not only this room, but every room in this house. This room is glowing, becoming warmer, brighter. Feel the walls begin to strengthen around you, and the foundation steadies underneath your feet. You don't need to fix anything. You're just re-remembering what balance and authenticity feels like. And as we feel this house steadying, this house getting warmer, lighter, brighter, I want you to repeat an affirmation to yourself. I trust that every challenge is guiding me closer to my truth. Slowly exit the house. You can tell these rooms you'll be back soon to visit them, to tend for them, to take care of them. Maybe you bring some gentle movement to your wrist, to your ankles. Maybe extending your neck from side to side. When you feel ready and when it feels safe, you can go ahead and blink your eyes open, coming back to the room. I hope your house tours were insightful and provided you some clarity and potentially a lot of comfort that you have of so many resources available to you. All these different pillars of your life that have so much meaning, have so much depth, so much that we can focus on. And we don't have to run straight into the wound and straight into the problem, but we can address the peripheries to make lasting change, not only for the purposes of our longevity, but for the purposes of our happiness. I hope that this was helpful to find meaning in whatever challenge you're going through. Please know that I am sending you so much love and support in whatever experience is currently coming up for you right now. And while it can be so hard to find meaning in this moment of why is this happening to me, and we can hold that and not have to know the answer to that. My hope for you through this exercise is that there's even a little bit of trust that this will bring you into a more integrated sense of self if we're willing to work on the other aspects of our lives that maybe this area is showing us we need. I will leave it open if anyone wants to share any experiences that came up for them, if they have any thoughts. But otherwise, you are welcome to just have a great and wonderful rest of your Sunday. And thank you so much for joining. Two logistics before I do open the space is that I do want to remind everyone through Rev, we take HSA, FSA payments, and those do expire. For most people, they tend to not roll over for the year. So if you are wanting to work on your health, we'd love to be able to help you in that regard. So please don't feel free to reach out. Don't hesitate. And then we also are selling our meditation journals online on Amazon. We'll give everyone the link. They're a really nice way to be able to keep this integrated sense of self for 2026 for every month and set goals that feel really supportive for you. So, two logistics. Yes, thank you so much, Julia, for sharing the link. So thank you. And again, if anyone wants to share their experience, I'm happy to hear it, but no pressure or obligation. Oh, Sarah. I'm so glad. Oh my gosh. And I'm going to stop recording so people